By now, if you're here watching my videos, or if you're simply a dedicated Zeus fan, you're probably familiar with the infamous Zeus love triangle involving network owner Lemy, host and producer Janeisha John, and Baddies cast member Scotland Ryan. The internet has run wild with theories about these three, and even some of the smaller players tangled in the drama. We've seen everything from supposed exposés and leaked text messages to alleged couple sightings and recorded phone calls. Still, Lemy, who's been around the TV industry since childhood, has learned the value of keeping his personal life under wraps. But with a chaotic network like Zeus and the internet being what it is today, he's also likely learned that sometimes your private life becomes public business whether you want it to or not. Janeisha John is a 36-year-old former pageant queen from the Virgin Islands. After completing one of her final pageants and earning her bachelor's degree in marketing and communications back home, she briefly moved to New York to pursue modeling. Eventually, she returned to the Virgin Islands, where she worked across several Caribbean broadcast networks and even spent time as a general news reporter. Encouraged by her family and friends to expand her career, she took a leap of faith and moved to Los Angeles in the early 2000s. There, she lived the classic aspiring model lifestyle, booking small gigs, hosting events, appearing in music videos, and slowly building industry connections. Her path eventually crossed with Lemy, a producer and showrunner who was on the verge of taking on the hectic but rewarding challenge of becoming a network owner. Before Lemy and Janeisha made their relationship official, Lemy was publicly involved with another woman in 2016. Some online speculation suggested overlap, but Janeisha clarified on her official Facebook page that the previous relationship had ended long before she entered the picture. Lemy also stated in August 2025 that he and Janeisha had been together for 7 years, with their breakup occurring around 2024, placing the start of their relationship around 2017. Interpret that timeline as you will. As for Scotland Ryan, far less is publicly known about her background. Before appearing on Zeus, she wasn't active in the entertainment industry, nor was she an influencer. In fact, while Janeisha was grinding her way through Los Angeles and Lemy was producing shows like The Westbrooks and The Preachers, Scotty was still finishing high school in North Carolina. It's said that after high school, Scotty was interested in pursuing modeling and personal fitness. By around age 21, she was working at a bar when she reportedly crossed paths with none other than Natalie Nunn. That would mean Scotty has known Natalie for most of her 20s, a relationship that has sparked plenty of discussion online. But for everyone's sanity, we'll stay focused on the main storyline. Presumably, Scotty's friendship with Natalie is what led to her eventually meeting Lemy. She later joined Baddies South at age 25 as Christina's replacement. However, before Scotty became the official choice for Season 2, the spot was allegedly between her and at least one other contender, 21-year-old Anna Mack. Anna had already been involved with Zeus to some extent. She stated that she had been working on the music production side of the network, hoping to promote her music, though Zeus seemed to have additional plans for her. She was initially considered for Baddies South, but ultimately made her franchise debut 2 seasons later on Baddies East. Rumors began circulating online about Anna and Lemy having some kind of intimate involvement, and some viewers speculated that this may have contributed to Anna entering the show with tension toward Scotty. As the series continued, additional single-season cast members also became subjects of similar speculation. Rumors that they were either involved with Lemy or that he was allegedly interested in them. Coincidentally or not, many of these cast members ended up as Scotty's on-screen adversaries. So, that's the general backstory as it's been discussed publicly. In summary, Lemy was previously in a relationship which ended before he began dating Janeisha John. Their relationship was long-term but remained boyfriend and girlfriend rather than marriage. Around the time Lemy was building Zeus Network, he connected with Natalie Nunn, who was working to revive the Bad Girls Club energy, leading to Baddies, Scotty's introduction, Anna's eventual appearance, and everything that followed. Over the years, Lemy faced recurring online rumors about his alleged interactions with new cast members, claims that surfaced through former cast members, leaked conversations, or internet speculation, while he continued publicly presenting himself as being in a committed relationship with Janeisha, at least up until recently. Sometime in 2024, Lemy and Janeisha ended their 7-year relationship, and by 2025, he had publicly moved on with Scotty. As for all the old rumors, beefs, and back and forths, most of that has died down. The women Lemy was allegedly interested in did their 1 season, moved on with their lives, and left the chatter behind. Scotty and Anna even ended up forming a duo who ride for each other. Former cast members who once dropped exposés about Lemy eventually reconciled with the network and even returned for later seasons. And even though Lemy and Janeisha broke up, or at least stepped back from being public, they've still been seen at events together. Plus, Janeisha continues to hold her roles as head of social media, official host, and executive producer at Zeus Network. So now that everything is surfaced, things should finally be peaceful, right? Absolutely not. This is the age of social media and ratchet entertainment. People refuse to let this story die. No matter how many women Lemy has been linked to over the years, the criticism almost always lands on Scotty. It's constantly homewrecker this, and she took that woman's husband that, despite the fact that no marriage ever existed. Some women, and some men are making entire videos, TikToks, essays, and deep dives about Scotty and only Scotty, often projecting their own experiences onto people who live completely different lives. Meanwhile, to me, it always seemed obvious that Lemy likely had a harem. Did I say that right? Harem, harm, whatever. And in that alleged harem situation, there are levels to it. It's the entertainment industry. We've heard the same story with different faces for decades. Even the owner of another network, often compared to Zeus, has had similar accusations thrown his way. That doesn't make anything right or wrong. It simply shows how selective people can be with their outrage. Truth is, when you're dealing with a network owner who has money, connections, and a solid record of successful projects, none of us really know what agreements exist behind the scenes. One day, Scotty is arguing with Janeisha at a reunion. The next day, they're out together taking pictures without Lemy. And another day, the whole Zeus crew is out to dinner sitting across from each other like nothing ever happened. We simply don't know the full story. And yes, Thundergirl, the former cast member who dropped a bunch of tea on Lemy, may have shared information that could be true. But this is also the same woman who once compared Lemy to an R&B singer named Robert R. Kelly, and then went right back to working with the network. No shade, just context. The point is, the public will never know every detail. So choosing sides based on who you think is prettier, more accomplished, or who fits your aesthetic is pretty corny. Sure, Scotty is the bad girl on a fighting reality show, and Janeisha is the polished pageant queen and model. People project their own insecurities, their own breakups, and their own phone-snooping stories onto strangers. And this isn't just about this situation, it happens across the entire entertainment industry. Young Thug, Jerica, and Mariah, Ari and Tana, and whatever rapper they were connected to. The list goes on. These love triangle storylines are everywhere. Unfortunately, I can't hand out common sense or common awareness. But at least now, those of you watching have actual backstory and can understand the moving parts behind all this chaos. You hear me? You already know what time it is. Get in the comments and tell me what you think. I'll be checking in down there from time to time to keep the conversation going. If you like reality TV news and commentary, the video on the right might be your vibe. If you're looking for something different, the one on the left might catch your eye. I'll see you in one of those videos.